This is the entrance gate to the Chobe National Park.
Good morning from Chobe National Park in Botswana. Today we drove to the border, 1 hour drive to border from Livingstone, then another 20 minutes from border to Chobe, and now we are here on our last safari of our tour.
We are starting up with a game drive. I would like you to, here we are now, we meet in one vessel, which is Wilson's Jeep. That's a male, eh? Either you would like me to drive a bit back or forward, I'll do that one for you. There you go.
A little bit inside, thanks.
She's not alone, she's with her friends. They are somewhat in the bush and we don't see them. She wants us to know and to understand that she is there. She wants us to see her. The baby. It's a male giraffe. Mostly male giraffes, they tend to be dark. As they grow old, they become dark. Not all of them. They inherited that from their parents. We have got so many different types of giraffes in Africa. And here in Botswana, Chobe National Park, we have got the southern giraffe. It's a male. See how he walks? With
Proud.
With a swag. Yeah. Namibia is where you see those buildings. The boundary is the river where that guy is cruising with his boat. That is the main channel, the boundary.
Are there any crocodiles
Lots.
in the river?
There is. They are watching these impalas
Carefully, yeah?
underneath there. But the thing is with crocodiles, they don't hunt on land. They hunt when they are in the water because crocodile doesn't kill but water down. You see hippos from a distance? Those animals, those dark things that look like boulders, like rocks. In a distance, far in a distance there, I see object. Fungus, it grows right on the surface of the water. When it grows old, it changes from green to rufous red. Then there, it changes itself into a bacteria. That bacteria, we refer to it as the cyanobacteria. And when elephants suck and drinks that water, they will just start having difficulties in breathing and they will pass out.
While continuing our drive, we noticed a few vultures nearby. A couple perched in a tree, and few others circling slowly overhead. And in the bush, vultures don't circle for nothing. It can mean only one thing: a predator killed nearby. It must be lions. And sure enough, we found them just around the next bend.
So let's try to prioritize the cats. It will be a bit boring for a safari without lions, you know, or without leopard or without cheetahs. He doesn't like this one. Even the ears can tell you that she doesn't like it.
What else?
About the vehicles around here. If you look at the young male there, he's just fine. But with her, she even turned around and faced that way. Alright, let's leave them be, yeah?
What a beautiful safari, guys. Chobe is amazing. I'm more pleased about this place than I expected.
In other countries, they have got the Angolan giraffes, the reticulated giraffe, the Rothschild giraffe, the Maasai giraffe, the Nubian giraffe, and the largest of them all is the okapi that is found in the rainforest of DRC Congo. Remember, Botswana has got more elephants than any country in the world. Wow. It has got about 155,000 elephants, and 80% of those elephants, they live here in the Chobe National Park. Wow. And the park itself, it's so big, very big park. It's about 11,878 square kilometers big.
Shit.
So
It's
sometimes,
half of my country.
pardon?
It's half of my country.
Half of your country, the Chobe National Park.
Yep.
Yeah. So sometimes we will see more of these guys. Sometimes we don't see more of them because they will go far away from our game drive roads. All heading down to the river to quench their thirst, to drink. Because they're not always next to the road, eh?
And then we witnessed something that made us completely silent. A group of elephants standing around the body of one member of their herd. It was an act of mourning. Elephants grieve, have an emotional intelligence and depth of social bond, which is close to our own.
There are two sources that supplies water to this river. There is one in Angola, so-called the Tembo Mountains, and then to the Chobe River. From the Chobe River, it goes that direction where it meets up with the Kwandu, Lenyanti River from Namibia.
Would you guess that warthogs need to kneel down on their front legs to graze on the dry sparse ground because their legs are too long and their necks are too short to comfortably reach the ground while standing? And speaking about the eating, it was time for our lunch too.
Let's see which boat it is, and we're gonna spend an hour and a half on the river.
This is the island that during the dry season you find elephants, buffaloes, hippos, many aquatic antelopes grazing on this island. It will be the only area left with grass, palatable hippo grass. Okay? Yeah, we have an interesting bed up here. So for the males it forms fishing. And females, they are quite larger than the males because they have to incubate the eggs. Cruising on this side, on the left side, this is the shallow channel. It's estimated to be around 8 meters plus deep. Nile crocodile, discovered from the Nile River crocodile. So for us, Nile means freshwater crocodile, okay?
It is one of the oldest surviving reptile species on Earth, virtually unchanged for over 200 million years. They can hold their breath underwater for up to 2 hours without eating for over a year, storing energy reserves in their tails. The next moment of our journey was simply something that cannot be planned. While going around, we spotted an elephant, already halfway across the river, heading straight to the island, a bit of body and a magnificent trunk held above the surface. It was an elephant swimming across towards a green grass island, just pure wild Africa.
And early morning, elephants cross over. In the evening, they go back to the park.
Chobe is not just a national park, it's a wildlife phenomenon. Botswana's first national park, established as a game reserve in 1960 and officially declared as national park in 1967. 4 countries meet in this corner of Africa: Botswana, Zimbabwe, Zambia, and Namibia, and the wildlife moves freely between all of them. The park has an amazing variety of habitats and is home to huge herds of elephant and buffalo and high densities of predators such as lion, leopard, spotted hyena, and cheetah, alongside unusual antelope species like Roan, Sable, Puku, Tsetsebe, Elang, and so on. However, the reason most people come to Chobe and why it's famous across the entire world is the elephants, and the numbers are staggering. Chobe is the elephant capital of Africa, home to the highest concentration of elephants found anywhere in the world. Individual herds numbering in hundreds, elephants as far as the eye can see, elephants in the river, on the banks, in the woodland, on the plains, everywhere. There is a story behind why so many elephants are here. The Chobe River used to be part of their ancient migration route, and Botswana, unlike many other neighbors, took an extraordinarily tough stance on poaching. The military's notorious approach to poachers has largely preserved the elephant's population. creating a sanctuary so safe and so vast that the elephants came, stayed, and multiplied into the extraordinary population you see today. In numbers that remind you this is how Africa once looked across the entire continent before we changed it. Here is perhaps the most practical and the most exciting thing about visiting Chobe. Many people cross into Botswana for a day excursion from Victoria Falls area, exactly as we did. One day at Victoria Falls, the next day in Chobe surrounded by the largest elephant population on earth. You could squeeze both in a single day, but I would strongly recommend giving Chobe at least a full day. It deserves it. And that's it! The last experience of our African adventure, and honestly, we couldn't have finished it any better. Chobe absolutely belongs on your bucket list alongside Victoria Falls. I hope you get there one day. This also means it is my final vlog from the trip. I hope you've enjoyed the whole series. And I would love to know in comments which place was your favorite. Thank you very much for watching. My next trip is already planned for November. Fewer animals, less land, and I will definitely need a swimming costume. Can you guess where I'm heading? Drop your answer in the comments and see you in the next one.